Good morning. Good morning, all. Good morning to you, Rich.
Good morning,
As you may
Dale.
notice, that is not Jim. That is Rich. Good looking Jim, we call him,
Well,
right?
hmm,
Thank you for sitting in for him.
yeah, absolutely.
Jim is
Always
away.
a
We miss
pleasure.
your brother. He had other obligations this week. He will be here Wednesday evening for the Warrior Shield special, our third
right,
one.
right.
But Rich will be filling in for Jim on the regular scheduled
That is correct.
programs on Monday and Wednesday. So
Right.
we're glad you're here, and we're glad you're doing it, Rich. And we thank you for always
Thank you.
jumping in and filling in when you can. So
Yeah, I don't know if you
yeah,
noticed real quickly. You notice
yeah,
how I'm trying to be like you.
yeah. Same hat,
Same.
sunglasses,
You're wearing my hat, and I had to put the
shirts,
sunglasses
similar
on.
color. Yeah,
Yeah,
you had to put the
Dale.
sunglasses.
Jim needs to get on the bandwagon here.
He does.
Yeah.
He needs to get sunglasses, put them on his brim of his hat. I mean, to look as good as we do,
Yeah.
I
But
mean,
nobody looks as good as you, Dale.
enjoy the eye candy, people. That's all I can tell you. On today's show,
okay. Yes.
we're going to talk a little bit about the Dems and their love affair still with gang members and wife beaters and known human traffickers.
Right.
That they're still championing that cause. So I don't know how low they want their ratings to go as a party, but
They
it
want to go as
diminishes
low as
and
they can,
continues.
I think.
As low as they can. Keep opening
Right.
your mouth and keep doing that. So, of course,
Yeah.
we'll talk about Senator Van Hollen, who went down to have dinner and drinks with a gang member, and now there's 4 more that have made their trip there. That's what they did on Easter. Don't know, folks.
And the Pope died.
And the Pope passed away. So condolences to the Pope and to those who follow. Not a big fan of the Pope, obviously, because of his far left views.
His liberal views, right?
Yeah, his liberal views. It just doesn't follow along with what I thought Catholicism was. But that's, hey,
And also, we'll talk a little bit about Katy Perry and all the other.
Yeah, with new astronauts. We got new heroes. Yeah, we got new heroes in this nation.
Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, that happened after our episode last week, so we didn't get a chance to review that. So we're going to go into a little bit about those details, and of course, we've got 4 more senators who have made the trip to El Salvador.
Right.
We'll review them, specifically one of them, Maxine Dexter, who is a senator from Oregon. I can't tell whether it's male or female. You all be the judge. We'll show you that later.
Right.
It's hard to tell. And then we got a top 5.
We do
5 NFL draft picks. Doesn't matter the round, just NFL draft picks. Which I know Jim didn't send me a list.
Yeah, because I thought when you told me that, I thought he'd be all over that one.
I did too, but apparently he was a lazy bum this whole weekend and didn't do his homework. So I'm not sure. Or he might have just been spending it with family, like everybody should have been doing.
Yeah, it was Easter weekend, Dale.
It was Easter weekend.
Give the man a little bit of a break.
A little bit. Little.
Everyone
in the comments, which you can't see, but hopefully by Wednesday you'll be part of the whole production team.
I can read the comments coming in on.
Rumble. You can.
I can read them on Rumble.
Oh, so the ones on Rumble. So you see, okay, so Buckeye and all them.
Yeah,
to the point.
I do see. Yeah, I see those.
Somebody. I'll put one up before we even get to the intro. But Van Hollen for Pope 2025. Who else is going to be there? Buckeye said about Jim's list. He thought you said Harry Potter picks. He was confused. Can you believe he had Emma Watson as one of his top female actresses in a role?
Yeah.
Emma Watson.
Emma Watson.
Is that's her name, right? From Harry Potter?
Emma
Watson.
Yeah. What's wrong with Emma Watson?
Anyways, I'm sure Jim would have had, I don't know, Joe Burrow as his number 1 pick for a draft pick.
Yeah. Did you like my pick? Did you like my?
I did like your picks
from Wednesday's show.
Oh yeah, I know about Game of Thrones. Who cares? Nobody cares.
Nobody cares. Nobody's listening.
It's such a great show. Such good entertainment.
And Rory won the Masters.
That's right. After almost choking it. So okay. Anyways, let's get to this. So all that, and then obviously there's going to be more nonsense on what's this show called? You know it.
We're live right now. 2 guys, 1 coup on Patriots Prayer.
That was pretty good. I mean,
can we try it again? Live on Patriots Prayer Network. 2 guys, 1 coup. try to be like
on, brother. Spot on. You're right.
Lost in the crowd, truth hides deep, buried in the noise. Left hand deals lies, can't stifle the choice. Back rage, flames in the night. No more chains, break free from the fright. Eyes clear now, vision in the dark. We stand up, never bow to the mark. We are the storm, we are the fight. Two guys, one coup, bringing light. No more lies, no more games. Stand tall in truth, break the chains. They spit and scream, push buttons in the dark. Yet we rise, never crumble in the park. Paint our faces with colors bright. March ahead in the dead of night. Shattered dreams won't silence us now. Left and right mix poison in the foul. But we see through, we feel the beat.
Yeah. That I'm telling you.
Every time I hear that, Dale, I just want to get up and start doing the fist pump.
That whole thing broke up for me as it was playing.
Really?
I didn't even know when it ended. No. I just came back.
It was phenomenal on my end.
It was? Of course it is. Why? Because you have legitimate Wi-Fi.
We do.
I have.
Yeah. I pay for
gerbils running on a wheel somewhere trying to power my
you need to move up to a squirrel. They're a little faster than gerbils.
Yeah, I can't catch them. I can catch the gerbils.
Put them
Jim taught me that. I don't know why he knows to catch gerbils.
Be nice to Jim. Is Jim watching?
Anyway, no, he will. He will have to be watching the replay because Jim is absolutely busy. These 3 days.
Gotcha.
So yeah, he won't be watching live at all. So we can say whatever we want, and then we don't have to listen to his nonsense until the replay.
He starts texting. And,
Oh, thanks, guys. What do you mean? I know.
Thanks for
a rumor. Anyways, and then he'll see the comments about his lists and all that. And you got to admit, he comes through with some pretty good ones at times, but he's got different taste. That's all.
Well, even this list today, Dale. I mean, everything is subjective, anyways. So,
I think you and I have 3 out of the same top 5.
It's pretty hard,
not in that order.
Not to have some of them. I mean,
you're talking about top 5 NFL draft picks of all time. It's hard not to have.
Yeah,
the ones.
A couple of guys that I'm not even a big fan of, but what they did for what they did. To
Agreed.
The game. So, anyways,
yeah, agreed. I mean, I didn't put somebody, but like I could have put like Jack Lambert from the Steelers.
I was thinking of Jack Lambert.
I mean, that guy was. Whew. I mean,
there's a lot of honorable mentions you could put in that category.
You sure could. Even Howie Long, even people like
Howie
that.
Long, yeah. I mean,
how is Gronkowski not a great draft pick, right? I mean, that's what I'm saying. Julian Edelman, any of these guys that are.
Terry Bradshaw,
Bradshaw.
I mean, there's just a lot that you could have put in there. But when you go top 5, if you do top 20, all those guys make it.
All those guys.
Top 5, it just changes the category a little bit.
True.
Okay.
What does this say here? Dale, Pinky and the Brain just aren't pulling their weight anymore. What did I miss? I'm terrible at these comments, people, just so you know.
Well, he's on, I think, Rumble. So let me look.
Yeah, Aiken's on. Yeah, so they're all on. Please like that, hit that like button too while you're on Rumble.
Good morning, guys. I'm looking to see where that maybe he can read type it. How's that?
Yeah, Jim is really good at that. So I give Jim credit for that. He pays attention. He knows where they are in order, and he's really good with that. And I'm trying to do 4 things at once, which my brain will never, ever.
Yeah, and to your benefit, you did try to get me hooked up to be able to do what Jim did, but it just didn't work for whatever reason.
We know the reason, and I don't
know
mind
the reason.
saying it.
We don't need to say it.
We don't.
But it actually it evolves around Jim.
Revolves around Jim providing the wrong email address.
Correct. I don't know.
To his defense, I could have looked at that and said, "Oh, wait a second, that's the wrong email address."
He just forgot a word.
He just forgot a whole word in the email address. So you've been emailing, I don't know who,
somebody trying to get a code, and somebody was
trying to get the code, and it didn't happen. By Wednesday, you will have full access. You'll be basically, you'll see everything that Jim and I see.
I'll be the third guy.
The scene stuff. You're the third guy on this coup. Yeah. So yeah, you will be there. And I don't know, I got a kind of a cryptic text from Jim or something. I'll tell you that off air. That
all right.
It was funny and had to do it. Yeah, I'll tell you.
All right.
I can't say it on here, but anyways.
So you ready to get into this?
I am. So listen, so we can start with the space cadets, but I'd rather start with this whole MS-13 stuff.
Yeah, go
the
ahead.
Gang member stuff, if you don't mind.
No, absolutely.
We all know Senator Chris Van Hollen from the crappy state of Maryland went to El Salvador to meet with the wife-beating gang member, human trafficker, because he feels bad and feels he was unjust.
Right. And he pleaded to have a one-on-one with this gang member.
Mm-hmm. With this gang member. We also know that Rachel Morin came out on the White House and told her story of her daughter, or Patty Morin, her daughter, Rachel.
Right.
About the brutal detail by detail of what took place on her brutal murder from an illegal that was in this country.
Gang member.
And what?
Gang member illegal.
Yeah,
let's just take it to where it is.
Yeah, I mean, it's an illegal gang member that was in this country, and her senator is Van Hollen. Never once heard a phone call, never once got anything, but he decides to hop on a plane on your dollar, on our
tax dollar. We paid for this.
Dollars. We paid for it, not just Maryland, but we paid for this. And went over there to El Salvador. We know the story from there. He got denied, then got the meeting. The boy, that gang member, looked like he was just in fear for his life, didn't he? I mean, he just looked brutal and beaten. And no. None of that is happening. And so he finally got the meeting with him. Then had this press conference. Didn't even know who his wife was. Michael Strahan interviews the wife, asked the wife, hey, you had to get a protective order against him. Do you want to talk about that? Dead silence.
Right.
Not a word.
Exactly.
Put and as crappy liberal reporters do, he didn't press. All he did was just say, "Oh, okay, well, I guess we won't go into that." Instead of saying, "Well, your silence is speaking volumes, there, lady. He did this to you. You had a protective order. Why did you have that? Why do you cover up his hands? Where his MS-13 tattoo is on every picture? Why are you doing this?"
And people are aware that there's symbols for each of the significance of that. And he has all those tattoos, each on every finger, one of every finger, giving it, indicating that he is indeed
a gang member. Now, do people leave gangs? Of course they do, right? Of course they do.
They do.
It can happen, and it does happen. It happens.
But let me ask you: if you leave that gang, do you not get rid of those tattoos?
You get rid of those tattoos, and you become a citizen. So either way, to me, doesn't matter. He was here illegally. He's not a citizen.
Federal offense. People need to realize that you come into this country illegally. It's a federal offense. It's not a misdemeanor.
Not at all. No. And that's what happened there. So having said that, there are now 4 senators who spent their Easter while we were with our families and celebrating Christ's resurrection, and spending time and loving with our family and enjoying the time we have with them. Representative Maxwell Frost, Representative Maxine Dexter, we'll hear from her. I think her. Representative Robert Garcia and Representative Yasemin Ansari have all taken the trip on taxpayer dollar. They didn't pay for those trips. I don't care what they say. That's going to be on taxpayer dollar to El Salvador to try to get this. This is the hill they are dying on. Why?
Yeah,
Why?
I don't understand why they want to continue going down this rhetoric. I mean, the majority of this country does not support that.
No,
what they're doing.
It's been documented and polled over and over and over again. It's exactly what we voted for.
Right.
In the majority for this country. Emstad has a comment here. The reason Van Hollen is pondering to a gang members because he is going to run for POTUS and illegal gangbangers are his voter base.
Really?
I totally think he's vying for a presidential run. I think this is absolutely.
Anytime you start seeing these senators and these Congress people in the public eye, they're doing something behind.
They're doing something for
they're
themselves.
Doing something. Absolutely. AOC is not going around with Bernie Sanders for no reason. Something's going on. Bernie Sanders is what's he 120? I mean, this guy.
I think so. Yeah. I think so. Well, let's hear from the senator from Oregon. Fingers crossed the video works.
It'll work.
This is her statement. I mean, I say her gel. I mean, you take a look. You tell me. I don't know. Hold on a sec here. Let's listen.
From Oregon's 3rd district. What Trump has done to kill Abrego Garcia is inhumane, cruel, and it's creating a constitutional crisis. Full stop. It is a government-funded kidnapping. Plain and simple.
Really?
Kilmar, a father of 3, lived in Maryland for over half his adult life. He had legal permission to stay in the United States.
False.
Trump mistakenly deported him and is blatantly defying the Supreme Court's order to bring him back.
No.
And this isn't just about one man.
Yes, it is.
Trump is targeting international students. He's talking about mass deportations.
Okay.
No one
of
safe
who
in Trump's America.
Yeah.
He's trying to incite fear.
Yeah. Sorry. You know what I'm thinking now that
I'm not scared. I'm
not scared. But you know what I'm thinking here with these videos? It's ever since we switched to this whole thing, this background thing. Like nothing has worked for me.
Well, I mean, you got a lot of stuff going, like, Cedar City going on back here, and
I know
everything's looping. So I don't know if it's eating up some of your speed thing to load those. I don't know.
Maybe I don't know. But here, M's dad said, if I hear constitutional crisis one more effing time, I agree.
That's their narrative right now. Constitutional crisis. That's what they're using.
That's what they're using. And so when she was talking about that, and I want to bring this up.
Headroom, you mean? That's
I know. I'm sorry again.
No, it's all good. It's all good. We could understand we could understand her lies.
I have so many though that I just can't be breaking up like this. And it says I got full signal, so I do believe it's got something to do with the background and me. It's a combination of both. But
if I get hooked up on Wednesday, we'll be able to find out because I have good internet.
But here's what I know. You'd have to download those videos yourself and then upload them yourself because if you go to play the ones I did, it'll do the same thing to you.
Really?
No, this is all true. This is all true. Listen, I think I need a new computer. I just need new stuff. I mean, if you could give to my Give, Send, Go, that would help. I don't have one, but
my son-in-law builds computers, so there you go. We'll get you something.
Why don't we hook up here and we'll get the do I get the friends and family discount? Build computer?
You get something.
Yeah, I get the shaft. I know.
No. What else you got? So what we so
hold on. It's progressive civil war on the left. But what she spoke about, and I wanted you to get to, is she's talking when she mentioned he's talking about mass deportations. He's deporting students. You had some numbers on deportations.
I do have
some presidents.
You want me to go through those?
Yeah, go through those.
Okay. So these are Clinton. We all remember Bill Clinton. He had 12.3 million deportations.
That's over
During
his presidency, right?
Presidency. This is during
Right.
his presidency. Yeah, his
Yep.
2 terms. Yeah.
Yep.
Bush W, 10.3 million. Obama, 5.3 million. And Trump, as of now, I'm not sure if the statistic is with his first term and this one or just this one, but
Okay.
it's not even in the millions at this point. It's only 100,000.
Mm-hmm.
And I pull that, obviously, I just take that for face value. I have no
way to
prove it.
confirm
So
the
I'm not
number exactly.
I'm not saying that I have proof to this. This is just Googled information. So take it for what it's worth. But 100,000 deportations.
Let's say you're 90% off. That would still only be 1 million right now.
Right. Exactly. Right.
And who's he deporting? That's the important part.
And that's the key right there, Dale. I mean, he's not deporting people that have a traffic violation, or the people like we talked about off air about the people building condos or what you call it's down in Pigeon Forge, the cabins and
that's right.
Mowing people's lawn, these celebrities' lawns. He's not saying that those aren't coming, but right now it's all illegals that are
known gang members
or criminals.
Yeah, I don't care. And it's not like this guy is a saint to begin with. Whether he left the gang or not, his wife had protective orders against him. He was caught human trafficking. This is a bad dude that's in the country illegally, and this is the hill the Democrats keep dying on. And I don't understand.
And what the Democrats are doing, they're trying to paint this guy as a good guy. They bring him out. They have a conversation with him. They talk to him. Granted, anybody can look good at any given moment if they need to be, but what's he doing behind 4 walls that you can't see? What's he doing behind the back? He's committing crimes. He's trafficking. He's in a gang. He's a bad dude.
Correct. He's a bad dude. He's a bad dude. Here you go, Aiken. If you're not here illegally, you have nothing to be scared about. If you're not here illegally, you've got nothing to be scared about. That's it.
Right.
All's well for you. Tarno, while they piss all over the Constitution the rest of the time. Agreed.
Exactly. And that's what I'm trying to say is on camera they look good and they paint this picture. I mean, let's go back to interviews with Jeffrey Dahmer. When he was interviewed, he looked like a very sane person,
very calm,
But this guy was eating people, remember? So I mean he was not a good dude. But on camera, you can paint anybody you want. If
yes, you can, and you can cut and paste an interview. You can do whatever you want, obviously. And the propaganda machine is far out there on the left now in the left media to paint this as still a Maryland man, a Maryland father. Right. That's the terminology that they're all using, that they keep using. No, he's an El Salvador gang member. Who beat his wife, who trafficked
humans. Documented that he did. That she put her
documented that he did. Correct. I mean, I have, hopefully this plays, but I got a Maryland sheriff who has something. Maryland sheriff, this Maryland man. So I'm thinking this guy might know. We might want to listen to him. So let's hopefully you'll get through it and then it'll play. Let's see.
Right. You've looked at the evidence. Are you convinced, as the White House says, he's an MS-13 member?
Oh, 1,000%. Yes, indeed. 1,000%.
1,000.
No, 1,000%.
1,000%.
Not only that, he's no doubt, and he's a domestic violence abuser.
There you go. To his wife.
mean, in our community, we would screen him working with ICE, and hopefully they would decide to take removal proceedings for just that reason. And he's been through removal proceedings before.
So I'll remove it. You get the idea. He literally is a documented criminal.
Right.
Plain and simple.
Plain and simple.
Bottom line.
And he was over here illegally, so add that to it as well.
Yeah. M's dead. Thank God Dahmer's dead. Dems would have yet another criminal to prop up. I mean, this is their motive. This is what they're doing. And
Dale, they hate Trump so much that they would rather have these criminals in. Go ahead.
No, you're right. I didn't mean to interrupt. You're
They
absolutely.
hate him so much. All they want is to make Trump look bad and make that's the narrative. Let's make Trump look bad for making this guy leave this country. And he's not that bad of a dude. So he came over here illegally. Oh, so what? We got good paying people, living people that come over here. They're doing lawn care for celebrities, and they're doing all this. They're building homes. They're paying taxes. But let's not forget, they came here illegally. You need to come into this country correctly.
There's a process.
There's
you think there's laws,
right?
Until it goes to the Supreme Court, and then obviously there's no laws.
I don't have, and people think, oh, the right don't like immigrants. That's not it at all. I have nothing against.
I'm so sick of that argument. Sick and tired of that argument.
I'm tired of it. My problem is if you're here illegally, then you've already committed a crime. So if you're already willing to do something illegally to do that, what else are you willing to do?
And you and I talked before we got on that. Would we take the risk if we were good people living in a terrible environment, terrible
where our life was in danger,
trying to protect my family? Correct. Would I try to make that risk? Of course I would.
Of course we would. Of course we would. But Dale, we would know the consequences if we were to get caught.
If we were caught.
We would be separated from our kids, separated from our family. But those are the risks you take. But do you do it? Try to do it legally.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it too. I don't know what listen, all over Europe, people are crossing borders. Open borders have destroyed Europe. They've destroyed the UK. I mean, it's basically a Muslim country at this point. That's what is happening here with illegals. And then we're not talking El Salvador or Venezuelan gangs or what. I mean, we've got Chinese nationals. We've got terrorists. We've got Al Qaeda people here that they're tracking down. Like, this is not just, a Maryland man, and to be honest with you, if they made a mistake and we know they didn't here, I'm playing devil's advocate. If they made that mistake and they sent one accidentally back, it's worth the risk for the millions and millions they let over. It's just worth the risk. So we don't care.
And Dale, how many do you think that we've allowed to come over here on purpose?
Oh,
meaning we brought them over here, like the left, and brought them over here.
Yeah, I mean, it's countless.
The United States.
There's low figures of 5 million. There's high figures as high as 40 million. So
that not necessarily but our government has allowed. I guess has said, come on in. That's all right. We know who you are, but that's okay.
Yep. Oh, countless. Like, we can't even fathom it. That's the problem. So yeah, it's absolutely
and
crazy.
all the viewers need to realize this is the last stand. The United States is the last stand as far as a constitutional republic, the last stand for freedom. There is no other place you can go that you can represent what we have here in the United States. There's no other place.
There's no other place.
This is it.
This is it. And that's why and there's and when we were talking about Democrats and the liberals and all that crap going on, why? It's not just them; it's both parties. It literally is both parties.
Yeah, I don't want to exclude the Republican Party.
I cannot exclude the Republicans on this. It is both parties, and I almost can't exclude the current administration's cabinet because I got to be honest with you now. I think Pam Bondi's been sworn in for 75 days now.
Hey, where's the Epstein
today? Where's anything? And I get the whole. There's time. There's a process you got to go through. I've heard the case made that this could be like RICO charges. That takes a while to gather all that stuff. There's obvious low hanging fruit. There are obvious people who have committed the crimes by either lying under Congress or treasonous, or these people are all doing it. Adam Schiff comes to mind, but there's a lot of people that have done this.
Oh
and
my gosh.
It's like, at this point, I can't help but be aggravated at the fact that nobody is being charged for this stuff. The narrative, and that's what drives me nuts, is what is happening. We're so focused on this Maryland man and this crap going on.
Right. What's going on behind the scenes?
What's happening? What are we being distracted for?
It's all a ploy.
Doing.
It's all a ploy to distract you. They're doing other stuff that that we would be against, but it gets by. Whether it be a bill in Congress that gets passed because we're not paying attention, or whatever. I noticed
who gave a shit about Van Hollen before, or even really knew him? Nobody.
Did you even know him before this?
No.
Did you even heard of him?
So he's their patsy. They send him out there getting a kickback somewhere. Don't know what it is. There's no way I feel there's no way any human is that stupid to be like, I'm going to risk everything, my career, on fighting for this one gang member. Whether he believes he's a gang member, Van Hollen, whether he thinks that or not, or whatever, there's documents there. Everybody can see it. It's out in the open. There's no reason other than, to me, he's getting some sort of kickback or some sort of promise. You're going to be on this committee. You're going to do this. We're going to push you towards a presidential run. You're going to get funding for your reelection campaign. I don't know what it is, but something else is happening behind the scenes of it all.
It's been proven, Dale, that there's always an agenda behind their motive. There's always something that they want. What is it?
What is it?
I would venture that the audience couldn't name all 100 senators right now if they wanted to.
Correct.
Or the 465 Congress. They quit.
Couldn't.
What about even in your own state? Do you know your 2 senators?
I do know my 2 senators.
I do know mine too.
Yeah, so I know them.
For the majority of people, they don't even take interest in that kind of
stuff.
They
don't.
And
all you got to know is 2 in your own state.
Yeah, correct. That's it. That's it.
Yeah,
2.
And most people don't.
And I know your governor,
And I know your governor. That's what you got to know. And then your local guys. That's what you need to know.
You go into any state, the governor's told on the sign as you go into the state.
Yeah, welcome to
whatever, Ohio,
DeWine,
Mike DeWine, whatever.
Afghanistan, Governor Newsom, all that. Yeah, it's all that. So you see that. You're right.
Right. And I'm an advocate about this. Know your senators, know your congressmen, and especially in your district, and know your governor and what he stands for and what he's doing, because that's where we hold power, right there. Who we send to the Capitol and who we send to Washington.
Aiken says my 2 senators are absolute trash. I believe he lives in the Northeast. I don't want to say. I don't know. I think I know, but I don't want to say. For him. Another comment here from M said, I'm not sure what Van Hollen is getting for his trip to El Salvador, but I'm guessing the name George Soros may have some. Well, he's going to be behind it somehow. There's no doubt about it. I mean,
I've been saying you get rid of George Soros, you get rid of a lot of the problems.
You do, but his son's taking over. So now we've got another 50, 60 years of this douche bag, traitor, communist, socialist that's going to be taking over. It's weird. Anyways, let's I'll tell you what, since you're here, I mean, Rich, let's hear from your company. Let's hear from
my company,
Grit Gear and Lock and Load Coffee. Let's
I
hear
like
from
those
you
companies.
You like those companies.
I do. They're pretty cool people.
And if Sharon's listening, she should like them too.
She's in the other room. I don't know if she's doing something in the storefront.
Is she work? Oh yeah. You had big news, right? Are you going to announce that?
Well, I don't remember what my big news was. We've got, not yet, but we got some things coming out here pretty soon with Lock and Load Coffee. So
good. Well, let's hear from them. Be right back.
All right.
Grit is defined as firmness of character, unyielding courage in the face of hardship or danger. At Grit Gear Apparel, we honor all military, police, fire, public service, and patriotic Americans, both men and women regardless of color, creed, or religion. Our brand represents the love and freedom for our country, the heroism of all our men and women, and the principles of what this wonderful country was built on. Our goal is to regenerate the sense of patriotism and to spark the American pride within us, to stand together in the toughest times and become victorious, to preserve all our freedoms, to honor our flag, and to respect the men and women who have fought and died for us to have these freedoms. Wear our brand with pride, with a sense of patriotism, and as a statement for the love of our country. Whether you're military, public official, or civilian, our brand is for you. Together we stand as Americans.
Together we stand.
We
as
stand.
Americans.
You know, and you don't get credit for this, but I'm going to give you credit. You made
did
that.
last
Well, you put that video. My daughter did the video.
Yes, correct.
And then we sent that to you, and you
Yes.
did the voice behind it and everything. And we got Ryan Weaver, which
Yep.
check him out, ryanweaver.net. Go
Please do.
download his music. He's singing in the background. So
Yep,
I
he
know
is. It's amazing. It's a great
that's
video.
and that video is probably, that was when we first opened the store. And we've got a lot of changes from
Yeah.
that video to how we look now, even. So and we just saw our daughter yesterday at Easter. I said, we need to do another video. I mean, come on, it's like 3 years old.
Yeah. What did she say? She said,
she's like, oh yeah. She was like, well, I got the price for you. So,
oh, no family or friends discount for you.
I don't even get a no. She did that one, of course, pro bono.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
of course. Yeah. Well, that's that. Yeah, it's great. She did a great job of it. So I mean, that's
it was like when they first started doing their video stuff. So
I promised you a lock and load updated commercial. I attempted to do that, and it didn't come out good. So I was like, I'm not happy with it. And so
we're gonna do some more stuff with lock and load. We one of our news is that we purchased a new roaster, a bigger roaster. We started this company in 2023, lock and load.
Oh, it's not that long ago.
No, it was late in like April of 2023 when we started lock and load. So
there, Emsdad Cricker makes some amazing stuff. Love the t-shirts.
We appreciate it.
I did too. I love the hoodies. I mean, the t-shirts are great. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I love them, but I'm just you know me, hoodie guy. But yeah, it's lock and load coffee.com.
Yeah, so we bought that was one of the things we purchased a new coffee roaster. We're at a 20 kilogram, which does about 45 pounds every roast, which is about every 9 to 10 12 minutes.
Really?
So we can do about 45 pounds. So we can do over 100 pounds. Before we were doing 12 pounds in that.
Wow.
So about 40 pounds an hour.
Yeah.
So it just got to the point where I was roasting too much. So
Yep. And then here's another one from Tarna, is the best at Emsdad. Yeah, I'm telling you, Grit Gear and Lock and Load, you can't beat them. You honestly can't beat them. Here's my, you want my only critique? Do you care?
Yeah. No, I don't care.
You sure?
Bring it on. Yeah. You're scaring me though.
More hoodies and hats online.
Right. Yeah.
They've got so much.
I see the Grit Gear one behind you there. You have the Grit Gear behind you. I see my sticker on the wall back there.
Yeah, I mean, there's Grit Gear.
I see the TIG hat.
2, 3. I got 5 hats, 6 hats. I literally
the red patch right there,
which is amazing, which is on yours behind our beautiful sunglasses.
And I'm only wearing my sunglasses not to be weird, just in honor of.
What do you mean weird?
Well, I mean,
is it weird that I wear my sunglasses on my visor?
Indoors, maybe, I don't know.
We'll let the people indoors. Well, what if all of a sudden I want to step outside?
What do you got? Glaucoma? You need glasses indoors? Come on, you Elvis Presley? What?
What am I supposed to leave them in my car? But what if I'm out back and then I'm like, it's chilling and sipping margaritas by the pool? And
I think every guy puts his glasses on top of his hat when he's wearing glasses and comes indoors. It's just
I think so too. I think so. At least real men.
Staplement of how guys do their glasses, right?
Yeah, real men do it.
Real men.
They're not tucking it up in here. They're not. Literally, it's what real.
Did you see Minnie Ball? She wants us to start over. She just got here. So,
did she?
Live from Patriots.
Did she say that?
Guys, one coup.
We'll start over.
That's how we started.
That's been pretty much my terrible Wi-Fi anyway. So, I've got more videos to play, but I do want to get into a little bit about the space cadets because we've got
our new astronauts.
or new astronauts out there.
Air quotes.
I was not able to play the download the video that you had sent, Rich, unfortunately.
Right.
But
Which
it
is
was
a
fun,
really good video.
interesting. It's very interesting. Now you believe
Yes, I
that
believe.
none of this happened.
Well, I believe that what they show happened. I believe that they did something for a publicity stunt. But
Yes.
and I'm
Well,
not.
that's all it is. Who cares?
Well, I go down rabbit holes, I guess, like every person does it
Sure.
occasionally. You know, I believe there's more to the JFK. I think there's a lot of stuff there that's not out. But
Yeah.
So conspiracy, call me if you want. But I think this is a big just farce. But that's
Farce. It's a farce. I got one comment here. Got burnout on who I was watching. Peg Graham. Well, thank you. Thank you for watching us. Hopefully you don't get burnout on us. Who knows? Make comments. Say hello. Hi, everybody out there, by the way. Yeah, I think it's a publicity stunt too. I mean, we'll put up the one.
And I'll give you the reasons why I believe that. So as we go through this.
Yeah. So here's I'm going to put the picture of the capsule and what everyone is saying. It might be hard to see.
It's a mannequin sitting there. You can tell by the hand. Now, I don't know if this picture has been, I mean, they can Photoshop anything these days.
They can.
So,
I mean, what do I believe? I don't know. It's hard to believe anything, but honestly, that's either a mannequin hand or, could be Gail King's hand. I don't know.
Yeah. Or it could be from King.
I mean, they all had plastic surgery, so they could all look like that.
It could be Woody Harrelson's hand from Kingspin, the bowling movie. What's that? Kingpin? What was
Kingpin? It was Kingpin.
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about.
Randy Quaid.
Yep. Yeah. Now, I do want you to guys notice of this. The top. This is the top of the space capsule that went into its space.
Yes.
And came back, entered our atmosphere.
Yep.
And look how clean that was. So let's start there. There you go.
Now, did it leave the atmosphere?
Well, it says.
Or did it just go up as high before you can get out of the?
So you're saying they didn't.
I don't think they did.
I don't know. I've been up in an airplane like everybody else, 30-some thousand feet, and I've never been able to see the Earth the way they showed it in their video, where they showed us. Where I've never been in a point in an airplane where there's zero gravity.
Correct.
Where they were floating around in the capsule.
But here's the other thing that's funny about this is the landing part. Did they show the actual landing? They just showed after.
No. They show it come down with the parachutes. And if you watch that closely, this is another reason you see the mushroom of the dirt before it actually. I just cracked myself in the face with my mic. The mushroom of the dirt is before it actually makes impact.
Yeah.
I don't know if
why is that?
I don't know. But you see there, if they did leave the atmosphere and come back, there would be burn. There would be, heat strokes, heat on the clear white capsule. And the windows are way too big and there's just too much.
Like that.
And we all saw the video of that door opening before they were supposed to, and the girl runs up there. Oh no, not yet.
Not yet.
We gotta let Basil come in with that fake key and
that fake tool.
And then open the door that's spring loaded like a mattress, whatever. I mean, door never can be opening from the front. It's all air. It's got to be open from the outside.
I want to put that up again because look at that. Yes, look at the windows. Like there's nothing that I don't know. There's nothing that says that it's.
I'm not an astronaut like them, nor am I a NASA. I don't know the physics of what has to be done to the windows so they don't explode in space.
Yeah,
but I look at that. I think that's probably incorrect.
I think so.
And that the fact that the door opened so easily. And then they had to wait, it's not your time to be shown.
Yeah, it's not your time to wait,
No,
wait.
people-
Yeah, like you
people-
did this. So Aiken
yeah.
asked this, and I'll say it. Aiken, oh, why did it look like Dr. Evil's rocket? We talked about that before the show started.
Oh,
I mean, it's completely.
that was an Austin Power moment right there, was it?
That
not?
was. Tarna says the whole thing is such a ridiculous joke. Should have left them up there. Yeah, I saw on Babylon B after it landed, it said Amazon delivers package nobody wanted. You know, they're sitting on the ground. So
and
it's
let's not forget.
Buckeye, the Russian space monkey was more an astronaut than they were.
Oh my gosh! At least,
This is all
at least
true.
he orbited the moon, right?
Yeah. At least he orbited the Earth. I mean, I don't know.
Oh my gosh!
I got another one. M's dad, Katy Perry's dumbass, could have just cracked the door open at any time in space for a photo op.
Right.
Pretty sure that wouldn't have worked out. That's why you're right.
That's what I'm talking about. There's no way that could have been. There's just too many wrongs to make this correct.
That's what I'm thinking too. Like, I don't think they actually did go anywhere.
I think it was a publicity stunt. I think this capsule was sitting somewhere. How did it come down perfectly with the door at the camera's view? I mean, the cameras were already there watching that thing come down. Oh, we got to have the door at this position. You saw Jeff Bezos fall, as he's walking around the capsule. So there's a big drench. I don't that he fell in. Also, the fact that door did open from the inside, and then they had to shut it, and then he came up with the key, proved that there was something. And if you watch that video, you can see that anywhere. The newscasters are talking about it, and they didn't even mention, the door opened, nothing.
No,
they just went back.
Nothing.
Oh, Jeff is up there. I think it was something to shun Elon.
I think so too. Look what we can do.
Look what we can do. You're doing this, but we can do this as well.
Yeah, again, it's a distraction for something else.
And the fact that they're calling themselves astronauts is a tragedy to anybody that has served in the military. To whoever went to become an astronaut, that spent the hours upon hours of training and going into space.
Yes.
There's no way these women didn't have gloves. They didn't have a helmet. They didn't have any protective gear. They had a jumpsuit, a onesie. They didn't have a space suit on. There's no way. I'm sorry. There's no way.
I mean,
and then that impact coming down. If you watch that, that would have been astronomical to a body in that capsule.
It would have. Ted Graham says this. They think we're all idiots. Unfortunately, too many out there are. Yeah. Well, I mean, those are the Democrat voters.
Right.
And Buckeye here, it was the most expensive sideshow since the January 6th hearings.
Bing, bing, bing.
Bing is
right. That's true.
All of this to me is distractions. All of this whole rocket going up, the whole,
Yeah. What's going on, Dale? I mean, seriously, what's going on?
What's weird, I mean, we have a Dallas school shooter, which the story goes away for the obvious reason. We have from Florida State,
right,
where that's a whole different. Is he Democrat? Is he Republican? Is he the whole political back and forth of who it is? Unfortunately, two people.
The stabbing at the track meet, whatever
the stabbing. That kid getting out.
And he's living high off the hog right now.
He's living high off the log, and that's the golden boys that they're picking. I feel there is a plot still, obviously, and Jim doesn't think this. That there's a plot on President Trump's life.
I think so.
100%. I think there's no doubt about it. I think we all probably feel that way. Jim thinks they won't try it again. I think it's just a matter of time. And short time before that happens. I think depending on what happens in the midterms is what they do.
Yeah, if we win the midterms, they're not going to put up with another 2 years.
They're not going to do it.
Trump will be the next assassinated president. Or
I do too, unfortunately. I pray to God that doesn't happen.
And I don't wish death on anybody.
Correct.
Especially that kind of death.
Pedophiles, I wish.
Well, they're in a different category, but
they are.
Yeah. I don't care if you hate them or not. Everybody has the right to life to some degree. Pedophiles, yes, okay. Or I believe in the eye for eye, just like everybody else. If you kill someone, that's how you should be killed. You know, I mean, I hate this, that we have a judicial system where, I know you probably don't necessarily agree with that, but if we have a judicial, I can't even talk, a system where people sit on death row for 20 years before they're
exactly.
I mean, on taxpayer dollars. So
on taxpayer dollars is right. Yeah. And how's that system? How's that? Yeah. How is that the system that should be working? Again, if we have a judicial system that doesn't follow the Constitution and or laws.
Well, it comes down to, do you believe in capital punishment or not? I mean, do you I mean, at some point you have to either decide yes or no, and then these people stay in jail for the rest of their lives. Pedophiles, everybody. You can't have it one way or the other. It's either
you can't
yes or no. Only pedophiles are going to be capital punishment, or murderers or stuff like that.
I'm 100% for capital punishment. Always have been. Right. Again, I understand it's left up to the states. That's fine too.
That's
I don't mind that the states decide, because you can change your leadership in that state if you want.
Right.
If you were like, I am fully 100% for capital punishment and my governor is not, let's make a switch. That's
right. And
but,
me. I'm more about state regulations than federal. Anyways, give it all back to the states.
Back to the states.
Everything.
I do agree with that. And then you're going to have your shithole states like you currently do. Your Oregons, your Washingtons, your Californias.
But I can choose to not live there.
I could choose not to live there. And people are like, well, now people can't just pick up and leave. Well, I don't know. I mean, you got a guy from El Salvador who get picked up and left and got here, right? Like you can't move to a state next door to you, try to get a job somewhere, make that effort in order to, or change the state you're in. One way or the other. I mean, that's
your senators, your governor, know your House representative,
know your Van Hollins,
know your
right. You made that choice, Maryland. So whatever the hell you're living in is that choice of your people. Not all of them. I get that. It's not like every person in every state is either red or blue. I get all that. But you're in those states, you're allowing these lunatics to continue and continue and continue. So what do we got here? Let's make a couple comments. Did any of our side try to take out Biden? No. Hell, our side isn't even trying to get the people who colluded with Biden right now. So yeah, I mean, our side's not taking out anybody. That's the problem.
We're not even. And I don't
mean
taking out
like assassinated. And I know that's what you're
right.
Yeah,
but we're not even. We're just deporting the criminals right now. We're not even putting them on trial here. We're get them out of the country. No.
Correct. Like the old West, from the courtroom to the gallows with guilty verdict, of course.
Yeah. I'm capable. There has to be no reasonable doubt that this person didn't commit this crime. It has to be 100% or a confession or whatever. Right. Are you there?
Or whatever. Right. Again, you take a look at the trial system. Again, can you see me?
Or hear me? Yeah, you're back.
Am I here?
Yep.
Okay. I'm breaking up. I know that, but
a little bit, but it's all right.
I'm telling you, it's this background. I'm going to change it, I think, before Wednesday. I think I'm done with it. All the stuff. Yep. The system isn't perfect, and I get it. It's still, to me, the best system in the world. I get all that. Right. But the problem is radical judges. The problem is the fact that they're not abiding by the actual laws and constitution that's in place. These things are already there. It's a radical judge issue for me. The rest of it is, if you have right from the jury to the gallows, do you have is there mistakes that are going to happen? Of course.
Well, and I'm not for, okay, you're convicted and then tomorrow you're being executed. I'm more give it, I don't think 20 years, but maybe
no.
year.
I don't think so either. Year. The appeal system can go on and on and on and on and on. It's that problem.
Right. I mean, someone can appeal to try to get life instead of death. I mean, that's due process. We should be allowed to allow a person to do that.
Correct.
But it shouldn't go on for 20 years.
It should not go on for 20 years. Absolutely should not.
And a lot of this time is because you got new governors coming in and out, and then one governor will be one way and the other governor will be a different way. So
Agreed.
And that's a lot of times they get life in prison, they get off the death row because of another new governor coming in.
New governor comes in and does
changing
that.
things over because they
Yes.
don't believe in capital punishment.
Correct.
So a lot of that they know. Oh, there's a new election. If he gets elected, you probably get life instead of death.
Instead of death row. Yeah, instead
But-
of being put to death. Correct.
I
you're
would
not
say
wrong.
there's right. So
I don't know.
that's
I don't know.
that's
It's
a
a
rabbit
tough-
hole that you could really get deep in. So
It is. There are obviously clear death row candidates. No doubt about it.
Dahmer, Bundy.
I mean, there just are. I mean, there's just
Yeah.
you don't even have to go that far to serial killers. I mean, there
Right.
are actual murders that happen that have been witnessed, and they go through the trial process. And depending on the state, yes, they either get death row or they get life, or they get even less, 25
And you know what's
years,
funny?
with
You can get
possibility of parole in 25. Where it is.
Right. You can get on
Right.
Netflix and look at all those those documentaries where, I mean, there's a guy on there that killed his wife and 2 kids.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
he's been on death row ever since
Yeah, you're
2004.
talking about Chris Wells, I think.
I think so. Yeah. He put his kids down
on Chris Wells. I could be
put his kids in a
barrel,
where
like in a
and
oil barrel.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. I think that was Chris Wells. I think
It
I remember.
sounds
That is one
familiar.
of the creepiest
That one's-
documentaries I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was so like, I don't know what's going on. This guy needs to be. He should have been killed.
He should have
long
been
time ago.
killed. Correct.
If
should have
he
been
has
killed.
been, maybe I'm mistaken at this point.
Yeah.
But I
No,
thought
he
was
has
still on
not.
death row. I think he's still
he
on
is
death
not.
row.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
is still on death row. Listen, I got a lot more videos to play, but let's just get to we might as well, because of my screwing up here. Let's just do
Wow.
Hey, that's exciting, isn't it?
I love
That's
that.
exciting. I mean, that is
It's so cool.
It is top 5 time, folks, and I know we got a lot more to talk about, and I had a lot more to go over.
Yeah, I have
Boy,
a lot
there's
too,
just
but
so
we
much.
can do 4 hours on Wednesday.
Yeah, we can do more. Yeah, once I get all this straightened out, maybe we can do that.
Oh my goodness.
Let's go to the top 5. If you're just joining us, first time in the show, we do a top 5 every episode, mainly when we don't have an interview, because the interview
Right.
takes a while to get through and all that.
Right.
Today is top 5 NFL draft picks. That
And
is our-
the NFL draft picks. And I
Mhm.
had questions whether it was, number
First
1 draft
round, or
picks, first
second.
round, or
Yep.
anyway. So that helped out a lot. But
Yep.
also, you
Yep.
take suggestions from your viewers.
I do.
Too. So you should
We
put
take
that out there.
suggestions. Well, I don't think we have one for Wednesday. So if anybody's aching Buckeye,
Oh my!
Turner,
Sharon's
Hempstead,
got
you-
one. She wants.
She does?
one. Yeah.
What is that? Well, I
Top-
like it.
I don't know. I know top 5 commercial slogans or something like that.
Commercial slogans.
I don't know.
Like
I'd have
company
to
slogans? Or like,
like just do
like
it.
I'm loving it
but
by McDonald's or something?
I don't know. I think commercials. Like, where's the beef?
That's a good one. I think I want to do Wednesday. I think I just want to do, and not everybody likes that. Would
is
not
it?
like mine, but okay, let's do it. So Buckeye chimed in here and says, "Oh, I like that.
Okay.
Let's do it then." So top
So
5
it has to be like jingles, maybe.
jingles.
I don't- I'm not jingles.
Jingles. What is
Like the Pepsi commercial. That's out.
Ain't
I
no
like,
queer. I don't like jingles.
don't like no jingles.
I don't like no jingles, man. Ain't no queer.
Yeah.
Let's
You
just do
could- you-
top 5.
like-
That's a hard one.
The company
Company
slogan.
slogans. Yeah.
And
Or like,
and just do it. And I'm loving it's out. You can't use those 2.
just do it. Just do it. I
Yeah,
wouldn't put Nike
that's
anywhere
Nike.
in that crap
Yeah.
anyway.
Those are excluded. You can't
that's
use
all.
those 2.
mini ball. What's up? I mean, like that kind of stuff. All right. So top 5, and
Very
he
good.
won't, and Jim won't be here. So yeah, commercial slogans. I like it. That's a good one. Top
Commercial
5.
slogan.
Aaron, I apologize
I
for
think that's
doubting
what
you at
she
first,
said.
but
She's in the other room. I don't know if she's listening.
if Rich is the one, she was on. She commented once on here.
Yeah.
Yeah. She said, "Gosh, she goes, my God, you guys look handsome." I couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe she was saying that. But
Is that what she said?
Well, no.
She said, "You guys." I mean, it
Yeah.
was definitely you guys, not Rich.
Oh, it was you guys. It was plural. So, well, she probably couldn't tell the difference between us with our.
Well, it was tough. It's tough.
Our
Though
twinsies.
I'm lighted more than you for some reason. So
Well, I mean, that's just, I also, spend a weekend by the pool. So
yeah, you
oh,
got.
maybe that's right.
I live in Ohio. It's
I know.
One day
I know.
it's 40 degrees, next day it's 70, and then it's raining the next day. So
Yeah,
we have no regularity here as far as weather. It's just up and
I
down,
know that.
especially
I used to live there
in
for 30
April.
years. But in April, yeah, it's been oddly enough chilly here. I'm sure you all care about the weather forecast at my house,
Yeah,
it's been oddly chilly in the morning and then nice in the afternoons and chilly and then it's been like a 30-degree swing every day, and it's bizarre. It's weird. It's weird for this time of year.
it's been a cold Florida year.
Yeah, it's been a cold Florida year
because we
Probably
were
thanks to all that
in
space
Siesta
travel
Keys.
Katy Perry's
Yeah,
doing.
we
Yeah.
were in Siesta Keys in January.
was
and
cold.
It was cold.
Yeah, I mean that's
I go
northern,
to,
but
yeah. The further south you get, you should get warmer, right?
you should
Mhm.
get warmer. You should get
Anyway,
warmer. Of course, it
about
did
weather.
snow 10 inches at
It
my
snowed,
house
right?
over the winter.
Right.
So it has been weird, and I can only blame global warming for that.
And we lost all our viewers now.
Yeah, we did. So top 5, you get to go first, and then we got some from the listeners there and the viewers, which we will show. But I'm going to put Rich's up there real quick.
Yes.
Show on stage. Now you didn't have a cover
5.
page, so yours starts right out at number 5.
It's just the way it goes, man.
And the way I
Bring
have to fit it in the screen here, it's
Well, I
not
don't know your
exactly-
format. You got to give me your format.
I know I got to give you all access to all
Well,
that.
see, I am a graphic artist, so if you give me the sizing, I know how to do all that.
It's like that 16.9 by what
No.
that
Is
goofy
it?
one. Yeah, I
I
think
don't-
so.
Oh, 16.9? Why didn't you tell me that?
Well, I just did. That's what
Well,
it is.
Wednesday will be done properly.
It'll be done properly.
Yes.
And then
Anywho.
save it in a PDF. Well, you'll be able to present it, yourself hopefully by Wednesday. But let's go here. Rich's top 5. Here we go. His number 5.
What's all the weight? What's all the weight you got going on there?
Behind it? Yeah, because you format of like points, whatever.
Like a 4-year-old.
No, you got
All right.
Star as your number 5.
I got Stars number 5.
You can't.
He could be in a lot of places, but he was 17th round.
Yeah.
In 1956, 200th overall.
I know when they used to have like 4,000 rounds.
Right. But a 5-time NFL champ and MVP honors for the first 2 Super Bowls. So I had to go to him, but I had to put him in there just for winning the first 2 Super Bowls. And
no, Bart Starr is a great choice. There's he almost made the list. He almost made the list. I think we're going to get into some that are on my list now. You have number 4,
Jerry Rice. This was I watched the 49ers a lot during his era, and I have 2 49ers on my list. One, Jerry Rice. He could have been anywhere on this list as far as I'm concerned. Jerry Rice, first round draft pick in 85, obviously 16th overall. So 16 teams chose not to take him. It's just crazy.
That's bizarre.
It's bizarre. It's bizarre.
I mean, it's just kind of luck of the draw stuff too. I mean, you don't know who's
right, because someone might want a quarterback instead of a wide receiver. But
correct.
But this guy, he owns every significant receiving record to this day. Receptions with over 1,500. He's got receiving yards over 22,000. He's got the record of career TDs for his position, 208, and 13-time Pro Bowl selected.
Yeah,
top notch. Top 5. I think. Right. I mean,
could have been top 1.
It could have been, and if you threw it to him, he found a way to catch that. Otherwise, he wouldn't have had over 22,000 yards.
Yeah, that's insane. That's insane. I don't know if that'll ever be touched at this point anymore.
I don't know.
To me, it's like almost like a Cal Ripken in baseball record. I don't know that's going to.
Which will never be ever.
Never be.
With the political part of baseball today, that will never be. It'll never be duplicated.
We were talking, and I saw Buckeye on X, and we're Indians fans. I know they call Guardians. I'm not doing it, But she
Yeah.
was like, pitcher's got 79 pitches. He's got 5.1 innings pitched. He's pitching a
Right.
shutout, and we pull him.
And we
That's the
pull
new
him.
norm
Yeah.
in baseball.
We don't want to hurt his arm. My God,
It's unbelievable to me.
How many complete games does Gaylord Perry have? Or
Yeah, but Nolan Ryan. I mean, where are those
Nolan
days?
Ryan? Go back to any
Yeah.
40s, 50s pitchers.
Any
They
of them.
pitched the whole game.
The whole game. Some would pitch
Yeah.
double headers. Bob Feller back in the day would pitch
Bob
a double
Feller.
header. I mean, come on.
It's
I mean,
not- yeah.
what happened all of
Yeah.
a sudden?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, star
That's your
one,
number four.
Rice,
Number three.
4, number three.
Joe
I got
Montana, the guy
another.
who threw to him.
I have another 49er, Montana, and it was
Mhm.
flip. I mean, I could have done either way. There's a lot of 49ers that could have made a list, but not top 5, but definitely top 20, top 30.
Yeah.
Third overall pick in 79. Third in the third round, 82nd overall. 8-time Pro Bowler, 4 Super Bowls, MVP
Notre
3
Dame,
times. I mean, it's
Yeah.
anytime you think of football, Montana's in there somewhere.
It
in my
is. It's
opinion.
got to be. And if you don't think of Montana and Rice, I mean, you literally aren't.
And
thinking of
let's
football.
let's face it, maybe he was surrounded by
Mhm.
made him a better quarterback. I don't know.
That's why Terry Bradshaw and or Lynn Swan could have been on these lists too.
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, that's
And
yeah. Or Tim
quarterback is only
Couch
as
and-
good as your receivers, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Did you say Tim Couch?
Number 2. Let's get to number
Yes,
2
number
here.
2.
We've got Tom Brady at number
Brady.
2. Interesting. position.
Interesting number 2. Well, again, and these are not necessarily people that that everybody likes. I get
Mhm.
a lot of people don't have a love affair for Tom Brady, but
Yeah.
you cannot deny what this man has done. 10 Super
Mhm.
Bowls. He's gone to 10 Super Bowls, won 7. That in itself, I mean,
It's
6th
insane.
round.
Insanity.
Sixth
Sixth
round.
round. 199th pick.
199th pick overall
I
in
mean,
2000.
Well, when
I
you
th-
lose 4 straight to Ohio State in college, of course you're not going to.
I understand that, but
drafted high,
I'm
but
thinking the
just
Browns
gotta
probably
throw that
had
in
a
there.
had a quarterback pick in 2000. I don't know.
No, they didn't, did they?
They
Because they didn't come back
They
until
came back in. I thought they came
oh,
back
99.
in
They came back in
99.
99. Yeah, they had a pick.
They
Yeah,
probably
a
had
high one, like they
they-
always do. Yeah, they came back in 99.
Well,
You're right.
but I'm not sure if he was still available when the Browns was picking, but they sure should have picked him.
Of course he would have been. They would have had
Yeah.
6 5-round
But-
picks
yeah,
before
yeah.
him.
Exactly.
So,
But
why would the
we don't want
Browns
that
pick
Tom
him?
Brady guy. That
Can you
6'5". We don't want him.
Can you imagine his life right now if the Browns pick him? Just look at every other Browns pick
Well,
almost.
he doesn't
and their
win
lives.
7 Super Bowls probably.
Oh, not even gone, or maybe not even made the playoffs ever once.
Yeah.
Back
Well, let
then.
me just and a little more statistics of Mr. Brady. 15-time Pro Bowl selected. 15 times. 7
because
Super
Drew
Bowl rings.
Bledsoe got it.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's got over 89,000 passing yards.
What?
And
It's
649 TDs.
That's not
Will it
happening.
ever be beat?
No.
I get it. He played till he's 43, but
Yeah, but so I mean, yeah,
and not one of the statistics that I didn't even mention is about Brady is that he won Super Bowls with 2 different teams. So,
yes, correct.
which
When
is-
he's literally at the
He
end of
should've
his career,
he
he won one.
retired with the Patriots, but he goes and wins 2
He
more
goes,
Super Bowls.
Well, he retired twice. with the
3 more
Patriots,
Super
and-
Bowls.
Yeah,
Right.
3 more Super Bowls.
3 more Super Bowls. The guy's phenomenal. They just
Phenomenal.
You're just phenomenal. And
He is.
number 1. Go ahead.
Number 1 right here.
Jim Brown. I am a Browns
Interesting.
fan, obviously. And Brady could have definitely been 1. Rice could have been number 1. Jim Brown, I
Mhm.
put on there. He could have been he's in my top 5. I might
Jim
be a
Brown
little
should be
biased.
everybody's top 5.
Yeah, and I might be a little biased because I am from Cleveland.
Agreed.
So
Me too.
one thing about Jim Brown is that first of all, he only played 9 seasons.
Mhm.
Okay. And
yes.
he could have played a lot longer.
He could have.
In those times, he was number 1 in rushing
Yeah.
in 8 seasons.
8 seasons.
Out of 8 of the 9.
Yeah.
3-time MVP, and he has in 9 years he has 12,312 yards.
That's amazing. Back
in
then,
9 years.
amazing. You got to think of the time era too, and the time frame.
Well, I think back in that time here, it was more rushing than passing back
Yes,
then,
there
correct?
was.
So,
Well, I mean, you got the
get
Bart Starr era and all that too, but yeah,
right. But
Johnny Unitas.
if you Johnny Unitas could have made my list, you know.
Yep.
The thing is, if you've not watched like clips of Brown, go back and watch some of
Watch
his
him.
run. I think
he averaged. I think I have it on mine. 'cause
over
he's on my
1,000 a
list.
year.
And over 5.4 per rush.
Per rush.
I mean,
over like 1,100.
If you only
per
gave the
year.
ball to him, you'd never hit a third down. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
that's the
right.
bizarre. I mean, that's the incredible part about Jim Brown. Was just
so
his,
and then obviously he went on and had successful career after football and
he did.
a couple of movies. I loved him in Running Man and stuff like that. So I might be biased, but Jim Brown is definitely in the top 5 on should be in everybody. Probably consider one of the best running backs
and
ever.
most influential. I think I got to take his influence too at the time and all that.
Right.
And I get all that, but let's get to some listeners here. I got to go back up now because that's what I do. Buckeye gave us her list. It's probably up here somewhere. Why does this happen to me? It's on Rumble. I mean, it's on my thing here. I know Buckeyes is on. Yep, there it is. Got it. So here we go. Number 5, Lawrence Taylor absolutely could have made the list. Jim Brown, of course. Brett Favre. Come on.
He was like my 7th, 6th or 7th. Yes. So I didn't. Yeah. And Peyton Manning was up there at like 6 or 7 as well.
Oh God, Peyton Manning should be. Anyways, Joe Montana, then Peyton Manning. I can't disagree with that list because to pick a 5 out of that group is easy. I mean, that's a good list.
Yeah, you could even put Walter Payton in there somewhere too. I mean,
yes, Barry Sanders. I mean,
Barry
there's
Sanders.
Like all sorts of people you could put in there.
Earl
Dan
Campbell.
Fouts.
Fouts.
Dan Marino. I mean, there's like
Dan Marino. I went. What I
stack,
obviously is what I remember as a kid growing up and watching football. I was the Cardiac Kids during the time.
Brian Sipe.
Brian Sipe, I loved him. Wouldn't make anybody's top 5, obviously, but
no,
for Cleveland, he was a good. And Don Cockcroft, little tidbit, was my Sunday school teacher.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, he's a good friend.
That was cool.
He was a good friend of mine. He's I've been out of contact with him, but he was a good friend of mine. But he was a great guy and still holds the Browns kicking of over 1,200 points.
And should have kicked the field goal instead of Red Right 88.
Yeah, and I know I can talk to you about that off air if you'd like. I know why they didn't.
Oh, okay. Why off air? Okay, maybe it's just not. It's a personal kind of why off air.
No, I can tell you. I just didn't want to spend the time. But if you want me to tell you, I'll tell you.
Tell me the story why the Cleveland Browns decided
and I got it
for
first
it
from him.
Well,
first of all, you remember that day?
And then I'll get Aiken's list up there.
Yeah, it was like -2, whatever.
It was cold.
The football was a rock.
Yeah,
and
it was a chip shot.
It was. But he was trying to get. If you remember what happened prior to that, there was a drop in the end zone, correct? And they didn't get on the right side of the hashtags. That on the left, he wanted the wind was coming in, and he wanted to be on the other side of the hashtag. So they were going to run another. They were going to run another play, and that became the fumble. Correct?
Yep. Correct.
To get to the left side so he could kick. It was like third down, so they could have definitely. But the ball, and because of the ball was like a hard rock. Back then, that's why he didn't do it. That's why they wanted to run to get to the left side of the hash mark.
Yeah. Wow.
Because if you ever were, and people know, if you ever were in that old municipal stadium,
oh God,
during a football game,
original dog pound, it was crazy.
When it came off Lake Erie during that, and that's what they were facing. They were facing that wind, and Sam Retigliano, I believe, was the was the coach. He made that decision to try and do a run to bring it to the left side of the hashtag.
Yeah, wow.
The hash marks. Anyways,
here's Aiken's list real quick. Number 5, Earl Campbell,
Barry Sanders,
Bruce Smith, Jerry Rice, Tom Brady. Solid. That's what I'm saying. A top 5 was
Earl
very
Campbell.
good.
Remember his legs?
Oh my God, they were tree trunks, basically. I mean, they were mighty oaks. Earl Campbell, and he was in our division. He played for the Oilers, so
Yeah.
at the time.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it was. We saw Earl Campbell.
It take 5 guys to bring them down.
Yeah. Here, Emsdad, that was just on Aikens. I know. Yeah, I'm shocked Barry Sanders isn't on any of the list. The guy was unstoppable. I agree.
Yes.
He could have been. He was unstoppable.
He just played for the wrong team.
So did most of these people. Here we go. My top 5. Now, I know you're all anxious and excited for this, and been sitting there with bated breath. My top 5, and how beautiful the format is.
And my goodness, you just put me to shame.
As I do Jim, because he uses a 1970.
Ain't happening on Wednesday.
Presentation.
Ain't happening on Wednesday, but
Ain't happening.
No, I'm going all in.
I know you're a graphic guy, so I can't wait. Top 5. My number 5, Peyton Manning.
Oh, you even got all the statistics. Look at you.
Yeah, I've got the stats.
You are showing me up like
71,900 touchdowns,
I have
539, 5
right?
MVP. Oh, well, I mean, you're old school. You're more old school, but there it is. That's the stats. We've gone through Peyton Manning, but yeah, absolutely. There's no doubt Peyton Manning.
He was like my number 6.
I know that. I know. I mean, I can't with his stats. I can't not.
Yeah,
put him in a top 5.
Go on.
He deserves
number
it.
4.
Number 4. Emmett Smith,
and he was my number 7.
Was he? Emmett Smith. I
mean, I was gonna put him in. I was.
Yeah. And I'm not no Cowboys fan. That's how about them
Definitely
Cowboys? I'd hate him. You know.
Yeah.
Emmett Smith was
that's why I didn't.
Yeah, Emmett Smith should be in the top 5. Nobody else mentioned it, so I was very happy I've got Emmett on.
You do all by yourself.
List. The rest are going to be very, very common.
Look at the common ones are everybody's going to have, but
everyone's going to have.
Look at it, yeah.
Jim Brown,
number 3.
Yeah, I got him at number 3. And only because he did play 9 seasons only. But
right, but what he accomplished in those 9 seasons?
I know. 8 All-Pro selection. Right. I mean, so I'm sorry, it was 5.2 yards per carry. He had, I think I said 5.
And I did mention the rushing. You over 15,000 in 9 years.
Yep.
That's what 1,100 plus every year.
Oh, at least back in the day. You know, back in the day.
But during an era where running was the majority of what was going on.
Agreed, but nobody else could compare to him. It's not even just the running. It's almost the yards after contact, which they did not take into play back then. That wasn't a stat. Right. His yards after contact were absolutely
just like you can't deny
couldn't tackle him.
Nolan Ryan's strikeout record.
I know.
No one can touch that.
Nobody can touch it. Nobody can touch it. So am I number 2? Jerry Rice,
of course.
49ers. You had all the stats. We get all that. That's just absolutely unbelievable pick. And then my number 1 had to be Tom Brady, just because of when you took not just coupled with everything he accomplished, but the draft position.
Right. And the fact that the Browns could have taken him.
And the Browns could have taken any of these people. Look, I'm going to play some comments.
Could have took Rosenberg too.
I thought I had friends out here, but Dale just wants a soapbox moment. LOL.
Oh,
yeah. I'm loud.
Okay, I agree. I agree.
Yeah, I'm allowed to have that. Amstad. Rich is going to bring the
hate on Wednesday.
He is
bringing something.
What are we doing? Logos, jingles, not jingles. Company logos, like a Just Do It, but I'm loving it. Or
you
whatever,
cannot use the McDonald one or the Nike one. Those are
I wouldn't use those two anyways. But yeah,
I mean, you remember the ones growing up when you were kids.
I do, but where's the beef?
Ancient
Chinese secret. Calgon.
Biz. This is Biz. Or 5 men.
Don't squeeze the Charmin, Mr. Whipple. I mean, does anybody? Sorry, kids, we're getting there. What is it? So we all agree, Jim Brown the goat in some way or another. We do.
Absolutely.
We agree that. There's no doubt.
Whether you're a Browns fan or not.
Brand company slogans. Yes, M's.
Brand
company slogans.
You got it.
Wednesday at 10:30. Where I think, if I'm not wrong, I am going to change some of this background to see if that's got something to do with my video
Well, you got so much going on. You got
Yeah, but
down
I like
below. I like it too, but I don't know. Is it distracting? You got
Is
the
it
two guys.
distracting to anybody watching?
The two guys, one coup keeps looping and then filling and then the
Because
flag
I'm
behind
drawing
it.
attention to those people. Like you got to go to our X page because that's
Well,
where
I
all
like
the
that.
happenings are.
But I, like you said, I don't know if that's slowing down anything that you're doing on your end. It sounds like that would be with Patriots, not you. So I wouldn't think so.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll
I
see.
wouldn't think so.
I wouldn't think so either.
And by the way, my name is not Jim.
Oh, did I call you Jim? Or at the bottom
No,
it says Jim.
it's all good.
I know. I can't change. Like I literally got to go into the graphics, switch it around, save it, download it, put it on all. You don't see this yet, but you will when
I don't see any.
and
I
all
just
the
fill
different
in
screen scenes that we have.
Seems
on the
like
side.
you're trying to bring me more into the loop here.
I am.
I thought it was just a fill-in.
You are a fill-in, but
Yeah.
when you're a fill-in, you have to for moments like this when my videos aren't working and Jim's got to take over. That's what we need.
And
but
you stayed here.
see
I don't know what would have happened had you blinked out on me.
You would have sat there and just jibber jabbered all,
I can't play any videos. I would have just had to. I can't bring up any. I can't bring up any of the comments.
Oh yeah, you would have.
I can look at. I can only see. I can only see the comments that are coming in through Rumble because that's what I'm on. So,
did you have a good Easter? I never did. Even
I did. We did have a good Easter. Did you?
Okay. Yes, had a very good Easter.
What'd you eat?
Okay. So traditionally every year it's ham, it's mashed potatoes, it's green bean casserole, it's rolls, it's corn, it's the usual suspects on
So
Easter.
what
This year though?
What happened this year?
We had the traditional ham. Fine, everything worked out great there. But then my mother, who lives with us, my father passed away, she lives with us, and she made her potato salad, which to me is the best potato salad anybody in the world can make. And am I biased? Maybe, but I'm telling you, it's amazing potato salad. Okay. So we had that, and then we had corn on the cob.
So you didn't have mashed potatoes?
We didn't have mashed potatoes.
We had the potato salad.
Different.
Does it have onions in it?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
You got to chop onions. You got to chop a little bit of peppers. You got some radishes. You got celery. You got the potatoes. You got eggs.
Everything but raw onions.
And mayonnaise. Hellman's mayonnaise. Not this bull crap
Miracle Whip. Miracle Whip. That's not mayonnaise.
Yeah, it's not mayonnaise. That's trash.
Right.
Trash. Agreed. Anybody in the comments disagree? Miracle Whip is trash. And that's
not good stuff.
Oh, it tastes like crap. And it's considered a dressing anyways. What does it say? How does he?
Oh, I guess I apologize, Buck. I am on StreamYard.
Yes, he's on StreamYard. What he's not on.
But I'm only seeing
things.
I'm not. I don't know.
You don't see the comments on the side.
I see comments, but I don't see them from like X. I don't know. Maybe I'm seeing everybody.
No, you wouldn't see them from all that in general. Most of it's coming from Rumble anyways. That's where most people should be, at. Okay. But yeah, it's I am literally
I stand corrected. I was mistaken.
He is on stream.
I watch you guys on Rumble.
Yeah. Here, Tarna. Yeah, I hate Miracle Whip.
It's Miracle
Whip. What'd you eat?
Funny. Me?
Yeah, same.
We had, and I eat differently than most people. I eat carnivore, so I did go in. My wife makes nice mashed potatoes, so I did have a little bit of that. We had spiral ham, so we had the nice ham. We had that. Mashed potatoes. My wife makes a casserole with broccoli,
love it,
rice and cheese. Broccoli casserole, which
is really good. Love that.
Yeah, so I had a little bit of that, and I guess that. And then we didn't have rolls. I don't eat bread, so. And then we had dessert. She had an apple pie for dessert, so I had a little sliver of that.
Well, but that you don't eat bread, but then there's a crust on that. I mean, it's basically.
I don't eat pieces of. Okay,
you don't eat a roll like a nice brown syrup roll.
Here, Daryl. Yeah,
Dale.
There's. Yeah. Did I call you Jim?
My name's Dale. Yeah, Daryl.
Dale.
No, you call me
Daryl.
I think it sounded like they're hoping that could have been my Wi-Fi.
I got Bob Newhart on my mind here. There,
Here we
this
go.
brother-
Comment. Another comment. Will it show? I don't know if it will. There you go. There should be a sidebar that shows all comments. Mine does. Huh.
Right. I have that right over here. I
But
can
it wouldn't
see-
show, like we stream to X and we stream to YouTube
Right.
and we stream to Facebook and so he wouldn't see any of those.
like I
don't
see
think.
Buckeye. What? No bread. I can see that.
Yeah. He
no
sees
bread.
all that. And you see Aikens, we have Midwest salads that aren't really salad.
What is a Midwest
Oh,
salad?
I don't know. It says Hellman's Mayo or nothing. Agreed with that.
Right.
What is this? What? No bread. I know.
bread.
No bread. I'm telling you.
No bread. No bread.
I find like the weirdest podcast partners. You know, you got Jim with his list, and then you got no bread. I mean, Jesus broke bread. You know.
But he didn't. There was no
He didn't
yeast in that bread, so there. That's what we have in our. and
Probably
it-
tasted terrible. Let's be honest.
well, no leaven bread. It probably did.
Probably tasted terrible.
That's what they had. Back
Probably
then.
more water to wine. Let's get going here. You know, that's
Yeah.
probably what they did. So
Yeah. So,
Um,
everybody out there is so enthralled with us what we ate for
hey,
Easter.
well, I'm just
so
ending the show here. I have just literally, yeah, you're right. This
we've
is
gone
just
off
phenomenal.
a
We have gone off
tantrum
on it.
here.
Yeah, I mean, the
Um,
person that said he got sick of listening to someone else probably has already gone from listening to us. But, hey, what the hell? Thanks for joining while you did in my crap show
Right.
of a Wi-Fi here.
Um,
So again, reminder:
Wednesday.
Wednesday, top
Yes, sir.
5 company slogans / catchphrases, basically. Right.
Right. And really, guys, research this. Get some good ones. Go back to your. I want to let it be your top 5. It doesn't have to be like the best top 5. Just
Yeah.
your top 5. And
Yeah.
and I'd like to see. I think we're going to be able to tell people's age by what they put up.
Oh, maybe
you
you're
know?
right.
I mean,
You're right.
I go back to a
Yeah.
lot of stuff that is nostalgic for
Plot,
me. you
plot,
know?
fizz kind of stuff.
oh
You
my
know,
gosh.
like
Yeah. Well, where's the beef? A lot
Where's the
of
beef?
people that's born from 80s
Yeah.
on wouldn't even know what that means. But
Yeah. Yeah.
uh,
I mean, yeah, now that's taking place. It's not even a Wendy's thing, but they'll probably do like, we've got the meats. I mean, that is a great slogan. I mean, that is a great slogan. That is one of my favorite.
that's Arby's, yeah. So,
It's
yeah.
Arby's, I know.
Yeah.
That's like it took the place of that
We
was
got-
our where's the beef in Wendy's back then.
Right.
It was like, yeah,
Right.
where's the beef? That little old lady. But anyways, that's what's happening
Anyways.
Wednesday.
Yes.
Folks, thank you for joining us. Please
Yes.
remember to like and share and follow. Hit that like button on Rumble, if you will. You all were great on here. Thank you so much for your comments, as always.
And thank
Love
you for
'em. Keep 'em
listening to our
coming.
nonsense as well.
Thank you for listening to today's nonsense. I had a lot more news and stuff I wanted to show you, but what the hell? We babbled, and that's good. It's a podcast. And please remember to follow us on
X.
X at 2guys1 Coup. Please go to at gritgear.
Yeah, we got them both
on
on there. And at
Every
Lock
video
Low.
you post on Instagram should go to X. That's all I'm saying. Just so you know.
Do what now?
Every video that you post on Instagram, because you're very
Okay.
big on Instagram. I mean, like you do.
We're
you
growing.
guys
We're
are really
growing,
good on
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
So
we're growing.
every grit gear and lock and load that you post on should equally go on X at your grit gear and at your.
So
lock
I can
and load.
just once I post on Instagram, it'll just go over, or
Yeah,
do I
you
have to
save
do
the
it
video
separately?
anyways. You just go in there, hit post, down, have video, upload it, boom, there it is. Make your comment, hashtag your company, tell them
Right.
2 guys, coupon code 2
Tag
guys for
you in it.
10% off. I mean, yeah. Do all that stuff or whatever sale you're having, because you just had like a faith sale. I saw that it was like 15% off
for the Easter week, yeah.
for
yeah.
Easter weekend and all that. So
that
that's
is,
the kind
yeah.
of stuff. Just get it out there, and we'll start. Everybody here is on X that I see for the
Right.
most part, and
for the
we'll
majority
promote
part, yeah, Dale, we always have 2 guys 10%
Mhm.
off on either
Yep.
website.
Another
And
one.
we always do things as well. So a lot
Mhm.
of things is in store, but we usually throw it online as well. So
Yep.
just watch things on Instagram. If you're not following us on Instagram, please
Yep.
do so. Brick Air
Please do.
Apparel, and also Lock and Load Coffee on Instagram.
Yep.
We're trying to build that one.
Pump those X things up.
Yeah, and I gotta do
algorithm
that.
has been goofy on X,
Yeah, I
and
gotta
that's
do
I think
that.
by design and on purpose, to be honest with you. So we'll see.
Right.
But just keep pushing it and pushing it and push it. There was a comment here that said, from Tarna, said, glad to see Minnie and Peg today. Absolutely. I mean, super happy that you joined, and we hopefully you become full timers, because that's what we want.
And I'm not the regular Minnie, so Jim will be back.
Jay, hey. Yeah, but you're filling in for Jim Wednesday at the regular show. He'll be back Wednesday night for our Warrior Shield special.
Warrior Shield. And you're having who on Wednesday?
We're having Chance is back with us. So Chance will be on, the president of Warrior Shield Foundation. And we're having Sean Holcomb, one of the artists. Absolutely spectacular human being. He will be
and if
here.
I could say to your followers right now, the people listening, go check him out and know a little bit about him before you watching Wednesday night show. He is gonna be a phenomenal. He's a
phenomenal talent. He's phenomenal.
We found
he's
him.
The real deal.
He's the real deal, and he's very talented as well. We found him, or I should say, Chance found him just in a bar they went to, and he was just doing, a Friday night
gig
thing. And so he came last year. Pro Bono just came out and just played a couple tunes by himself. This year he's coming with a band, and he's bringing his fiddle and everything. But he reminds me, he's a big dude. He's reminds me of a lot of the style of a what's his name? It just passed away. Stomach cancer.
Toby Keith.
It reminds me of that kind of a style, voice. He's got that
voice
very
is amazing.
Just that kind of
voice is amazing. Here, there's got something real quick here. It says, "We enjoy Stevie Rich."
Thank you.
Very nice.
Very nice.
Appreciate that. And then we have what is this? Oh, Minnie, I have occasional problems with not being regular. We understand. We know that. Hell, me and Jim have regular problems with being regular sometimes. That's why Rich is here. So we get all that. I'll see you there to the point. Thank you, Mike, again for that. Appreciate it.
Oh, at Warrior Shield.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He'll be there. Yeah,
he'll be there.
Yeah, he's going to be there. So the guys from To the Point are going to be there. They're going to do a show from there as well. So in September,
very cool.
They're coming down there. He's going to be at the concert. I think Mike's going to be at least at the concert.
What a packed concert! My goodness, for what you can come and see,
it's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing. You get to meet some of the friendly faces from the Patriots Per Network. Any Rich in person. Holy smokes!
You get to meet Dale and Jim. Dale and Jim is the big. That's the big.
That's the
draw.
big get.
That's the big.
Headliner.
And anybody, you'll pull anybody that wants to get on with you.
Man, you want to come on to talk why you're there, what this means to you,
whatever.
Whatever. Just get on, talk about it. And once you meet these people, trust me, you'll be back year after year after year. All right, we've gone on too long. Rich, you're the best. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate you. We'll talk before Wednesday, but we'll see you on Wednesday again. Thank you again for your contribution and joining.
Absolutely.
We know you're busy.
Thanks for having me.
So, glad. Absolute honor. We appreciate you doing it. Folks, we'll see you all on Wednesday. Thanks for joining. Talk to you soon, Rich.
Bye.